Have you tried manifesting something but it didn't work? Or maybe you've studied the laws of manifestation but haven't been able to apply them in your life in a way that's been effective? For years, I've watched people read books, take trainings on manifestation, and yet watch them struggle to apply what they've learned and actually make a difference in their life. Is that you? Well, I know when I first got on the spiritual path and I started to learn about the law of cause and effect in my Buddhist practice, I used to muscle my way through it, believing that, I had to do it. I had to do it myself, that I can make it happen. But if I just worked harder and that I would manifest what I wanted. And it did work. I put out energy, lots of energy, put it forth, manifested a house, manifested 3 times the income, manifest a happy relationship. But in the process of doing that, I burnt myself out. Maybe you've had that happen where you actually did manifest something, but it felt hard, right? Well, if it's feeling hard, it means you're not quite understanding the laws completely. And because I didn't have that deeper understanding of the law and how to apply it effectively in my life, I ended up feeling really tired and weary and kind of letting go of some of my bigger dreams. Have you been there? Or maybe you're there right now. So it wasn't until I studied in more depth, okay? So study is important on the spiritual path, on the spiritual journey, where I studied the laws more deeply, where I could get deeper understanding. And that's why you hear me say a lot of times, it's not about learning more or new things when you're on the spiritual path. It's about how do you have deeper understanding of the spiritual truths so that you can apply them more effectively. So it wasn't until I started to have this relationship with spirit in a different way that I started to realize, manifesting doesn't have to be harder and more and all up to just me. And that's what we're going to share and talk about with you today, is about manifesting with spirit and how might you begin to do that. Because Our Lady of Guadalupe came to me, and these are my spirit guide portals. If you haven't been there before, they all come to me with downloads of what to share in my lives or my videos to help awaken you more, to help bring you on this journey, and especially to keep you on the journey, because spiritual awakening is a journey. All right. So hi, I'm Deepa. I call myself the Creative Mystic, and welcome to my Sacred Art Studio. Welcome to this sacred space that we want to help bring the sacred space to you, because it's not just the sacred physical space, but also, most importantly, the sacred space within yourself. That's what the spiritual journey is about. That's what awakening is about. It's about what transformation are you having within yourself, so you can also have outer transformation. And that's how you often know whether or not you're growing spiritually. Are you seeing differences in your life of what you desire? Okay? So we're going to invite in Our Lady of Guadalupe, start to bring in her energy. I'm also working on the Spirit Guide portal of the Healing Hands, which was a vision and meditation. Often when we're working on it, when I start to paint, they're going to probably come through and give some more on manifesting with spirit, okay? But first we're going to invoke in the sacred energy within here, and also where you are physically, and most importantly, like I said, inwardly, okay? So we're going to start with the tradition of ringing the bell to invite in spirit. And I'm going to specifically ask you to invite in the energy of Our Lady of Guadalupe, because Our Lady of Guadalupe is the only image that we know of Mother Mary where she's pregnant. And I'm not going to go into the whole story of how they know that, but it has to do with the time period that this image came, this miracle came, and what she's wearing, because in that time period, that's what pregnant women wore, and so that's how they know she's an image of her pregnant. But we're going to invite her in because Our Lady of Guadalupe is all about creation, and creation is also what manifests. Okay, we tend to think of them as two separate things, but manifesting and creating are linked together. That's what she's already telling me. And I've never even thought about this, how creating and manifesting are two important things together. And so she's going to share some about that. But we're going to invite her in first, and we're going to invoke and also the healing hands, okay? If anybody's live, feel free to give a shout out to your name and where you're from. I always like to see people's where they're from. And often when you give a shout out, sometimes you find someone else in your area. I've had it happen before. All right, so take that moment now and focus on your breath. Taking that deep belly breath where the belly rises with the inhalation and falls with the exhalation. And on that next deep belly inhalation, just draw on the energy of focus. And on the exhalation, let go of any distractions, any business of the day. And as you continue to breathe in and out, I'm going to ring the bell, and we're going to say hello to Our Lady of Guadalupe. And then also hello to the healing hands. And just feel the vibration coming through, feeling the sound penetrate every fiber of your being as you allow the sacred energy of Our Lady of Guadalupe and the healing hands to begin to penetrate into your inner space, to awaken the sacred space within yourself. Okay? Hello, Our Lady of Guadalupe. Hello, the healing hands. We invoke thy presence into our bodies, minds, and souls, and into the physical space that we are occupying to bring forth the sacred energy, the sacred blessings, the sacred transformation. Just allowing that ringing of the bell to just enter every fiber of your being by saying thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for the blessings. Thank you for the healing. Thank you for the transformation. Om. Peace. Amen. And whether you notice a shift in your energy, just know that you are being blessed. And be open and willing. All right. And now we're going to light the ghee lamp. Thank you for sharing. I don't know your name, but thank you, thank you. So we're going to light this ghee lamp. And this ghee lamp is all about inviting in the energy with Divine Mother, with Our Lady of Guadalupe. We're going to bring it up and bring it to the healing hands and bring it to Our Lady of Guadalupe, who's up here in this corner. And we have many Mother Marys here. We also have Holy Mary, Mother of Love, and Holy Mary, Mother of the Universe. And they're all just one, but they're all here to bless you, okay? So we invite this energy in, and we invite you to bring in the energy of the ghee lamp and the flame and the blessings into your space, into your energy. It's a tradition in India that also will bring the light and the energy in, okay? And we're going to light this Palo Santo. And I don't know if anybody have ever used this, but it helps clean your energy of any negative downward pulling energies, and also helps to bring in the spiritual energy. Oops. I accidentally touched it because I was trying to read comments and also do this. So we're going to light this. Ooh, there we go. And then bring this to clear the energies in the space and the art studio. And also for you, just invite the Palo Santo to clean the energy, not of your physical body and of your consciousness. And then we're going to give you the message, the intuitive guidance that Mother, Our Lady of Guadalupe, is bringing to us. Because it's all about manifesting, right? And one of the things that Our Lady of Guadalupe wanted to share was about how do you manifest with more ease and flow? How do you manifest and do it without how my experience, what I was sharing with you earlier about when I first got on the spiritual path and learned about the law of cause and effect in my Buddhist practice, because I call myself a Buddhist yogi. So I'm an interfaith minister that believes in honoring all paths. That I gotta, I gotta muscle through. I gotta do it. I have to do it hard. And I didn't understand the idea of spirit being with me and grace. Okay. And Our Lady of Guadalupe wants you to understand that yes, you are the creator of your reality, and that you need to make the first cause, which the first cause is actually you and your consciousness of like, what are you believing? What are you thinking? What are you saying? What are you doing? How are you acting? Okay, those are causes. The first cause, though, is just you and your self-concept, your consciousness of who you think you are. So if you think you're somebody who's successful, can do anything, then you probably don't have as much challenges manifesting. But if you grew up in an environment where you might have been told you're not very good at this, or told you're not, whatever it is, math, you're not good at reading, maybe you've been told you're not good at singing, that then you don't do it, right? And even though maybe you have a heart's desire that tells you want to do it. So then you think, I have to fix me to try to get better at manifesting. If I just fix whatever's wrong, then the thing will manifest faster. Any of you have ever felt that way? Anybody who's on there? So you want to think about that, about how you can actually look at what is your self-concept. What are you believing about yourself is what Our Lady of Guadalupe is saying. And to start looking about how can I invite in spirit to help change my self-concept of myself, to change what I'm believing about me. Because spirit can actually grace you. Whether you call spirit a spirit guide, call it God, the universe, Buddha, Allah, it doesn't matter the name. It's about being interfaith, as we believe that whatever name you call your higher power, that higher power can go and actually make you or help you to have a shift in your consciousness. And that's part of the journey of awakening, is that you start to have experiences in your life that help shift you. Now, manifesting with spirit, the reason why it helps so much when you stop thinking like I did, of that I got to muscle it through and I got to do it on my own, is to start to go, wait a minute, there's an energy, a power that you're actually one with that can help me to manifest more quickly, more easily, with more flow. But yet when I did it on myself, I was successful in manifesting a house in one of the most expensive housing markets around in California. I was manifested 3 or 4 times my income that I was making beforehand. I manifested a happy relationship, all the things we think we want, right? But I muscled it through and burnt myself out. Still manifested, so I thought it's working, and it was. But as you start to grow spiritually, you start to go, yes, I have to shift my consciousness. Why do we have spirit with us? Your spirit guides, the ones that you have, they're there to give you higher consciousness when you're not able to go there yourself. Okay? So Our Lady of Guadalupe wanted to come in, and she really wants to start inviting you in to invite in the power of creation, she's saying. Because, and now people will tell you, everything is already created, it's already here, okay? But she's saying what you're creating is your new self-concept so that you can begin to be different. Now that other self-concept does already exist, but you're creating the bridge is what she's showing me. She's showing me this bridge. In fact, she's showing me Monet's bridge, of that bridge of the painting, the famous painting of Monet's of the bridge. She's showing me that bridge, and that she's saying that you wanting to bridge between what you believe you are right now to who you really want to be and what you really want to have. So it's be, and then you will do what you came here to do, which is your purpose, and have what you came here to have. So it's be, do, and have. So she's saying that there's going to be a bridge that you want to create, and that bridge begins to get built by you just taking that one little step of, yes, maybe this is possible. Doesn't have to be, oh yes, I know, I believe it, I know it. It's about maybe this is possible. And she's sharing to me about when I first started my Buddhist practice, there's a chant that you did to help manifest things in your life, to help bring out your Buddha nature, okay? And they knew it was foreign to a lot of people, so they would say, just have enough belief to try it. And that's what Our Lady of Guadalupe is saying, is like to have enough belief to give it a try, that maybe I actually can have a different belief about myself. Okay? So she's asking you to really look at yourself right now and go, what's the belief about myself that I think, just one, don't look at all of them, okay? Just the one biggest belief you think that's been holding you back from actually acting on what's true for you. Okay? Because what you want to manifest is the things that are true for you, and you want to manifest most likely something to do with more money, better career, maybe a happier relationship, maybe a bigger house. Could be, if you're on this spiritual journey like me, mine is I want enlightenment. Do you want enlightenment? Could be that, enlightenment, awakening. Maybe you want to be more patient or more loving or more joyful. It can be an outer thing or an inner quality, whatever it is. But the very thing that you've thought you can't do, she wants you to just maybe go, maybe this can happen. And she's asking you to actually be open to doing that. And give it to yourself to go, nothing else has worked, let me give this a try. If there's something where you've seen yourself muscling through, or you manifested something but yet you feel kind of burnt out from it, then we want to help you to have a shift in your belief on you. And that one belief she's saying right now that you want to look at is that you have to do it all yourself. She's saying that's why I took the law of cause and effect when I was younger and thought I have to muscle it through, because I grew up in an environment that I felt like if I didn't do it, it wouldn't get done. If I didn't do it, my kid brother was going to get hurt because my parents were off having fun and we were left to babysit, and it was me kind of on the one doing it because my older brother was off, he left too. So I felt like if I don't do it, it won't get done. So where is that in your life? Do you have something like that? I love it. You don't have to share all the details, but do you have something where you've seen? Please share it in the comments. I see some people are live. About what's that belief? Do you have it? Sometimes acknowledging it and voicing it to other people helps you to actually go, yes, this is the thing that's been holding me back. It sometimes gets in your bones where you can go, I'm going to do this differently, okay? So Our Lady of Guadalupe wants you to understand when you manifest with spirit, it's about connecting with spirit to receive the higher consciousness, not to have them do it for you, but to help you have a shift where you maybe see something different. Spirit will bring in, the spirit guides come in a form to help you to go, I need this experience so that I can have my aha. So she's saying the bridge is, maybe this can be different. And then she's saying you get on the bridge when you go, all my life experiences that are happening to help me have that next step in my consciousness, the next expansion in my consciousness, to go, I can manifest easily with spirit, because your spirit guides are here to make life easier for you, to help you to stop the struggle, to see something differently, because what creates struggle, they're saying, is the fact that you can't see it differently. You keep trying the same perspective, the same consciousness, the same habit, the same belief that keeps you struggling along. And so to help your manifestation happen with some ease and flow, you have to now not just be in possibility, but be on the bridge going, ah, I want to connect with my spirit guide to get that higher consciousness, because I see that I am creating the same thing over and over, and that's what creates my struggle. That's what creates my frustration. That's what creates me feeling like giving up. So thank you for whoever put the thumbs up, the like up. I don't know where that was from. I don't see any comments here that need responding to at the minute, at the second. But so she's talking about how you want to invite in your spirit guide that's here to help you with that next step. She's saying that often what people do is they try to take this big vision, because everybody talks about visualizing. And that, she's not saying that's not important, but if you've been struggling to manifest something, what she's saying is you want to not give up on that vision, okay, that big dream that you have. You want to keep that in front of you. But to go, what's the next step I need to be able to start to realize that? Okay, so because there's a next step that you need to maybe grow in your understanding of the spiritual laws of how you manifest. It could be that there's something you need to heal that you've been not letting go of, because the only reason why there's something in your life that you haven't been able to manifest that you truly desire, that's a heart's desire, is because you've been unwilling to let go of something. Maybe let go of a belief, let go of a relationship sometimes, let go of an old job maybe. It could be, and you've also been unwilling to possibly receive something in. See, we have to be receptive vessels to receive our manifestation. We have to be willing to get beyond the logical mind that says, how can that happen? Or that'll never happen, to all things are possible. Maybe that is possible. Maybe that can happen. And so the healing hands are coming, dropping in, and they're saying that, healing is an important part of the spiritual journey of awakening, okay? But they're saying it doesn't have to be serious, okay? That there are many ways to heal, okay? There are rituals that you can do. There's laughter therapy. There's dance it out. If you ever watched that show Grey's Anatomy years ago when they had Sandra Oh and Ellen Pompeo on there as friends, when something stressful happened, they would dance it out. She's saying there's actually some truth to that when you intentionally dance to release something that you've been holding on to, that it actually does help release it. And so she's saying that to think that healing, rather than healing, like people tend to go, like I don't want to heal. And I was like that for years, okay? Not that I didn't want to heal, but I didn't want to think about healing that I could help people do it, because I thought it was some serious thing that you had to have some kind of special gift or power to do. And I knew I didn't want to be a therapist, because I started off studying psychology and realized I don't want to listen to people complain about their problems for years and years and years. And so I quickly changed, but that was because I thought healing had to be serious and painful and a struggle. And what Our Lady of Guadalupe is saying is that healing, just like manifestation, when done with spirit, can be fun, can have some flow. Now, she's saying that you cannot bypass your healing spiritually. You can't go pretend like you don't have like an emotional wound that causes you to get triggered and think that meditating is going to make it go away. It's about addressing it, acknowledging it, like, gee, I have this emotional wound that I get triggered at this thing. I get yanked back to the past, or maybe I don't even completely understand why I get triggered, but I do get triggered. That you offer that up and you look at it and acknowledge, like, where's that from? What's going on? What part of me feels that way? And then you go, okay, Spirit, I'm ready to offer that up. I'm ready to let that go. And you can do that in a ritual. So she's saying that now. I'm curious if anybody has any questions about what Our Lady of Guadalupe is saying. If anybody has it, please feel free to put it up there. And if not, that's very cool. We're going to, what Our Lady of Guadalupe is telling me to do is to start working on the healing hands, because the healing hands are going to, we're going to work on that, and they're probably going to come through, or Our Lady of Guadalupe will come through more. But that's what she wants you to start with, okay? So just be willing to be in that possibility of inviting in spirit with you in your manifestation. And they're telling me now, as we're going to get started here painting, is that one of the things, the reasons why she wanted me to work on the healing hands, why we were here in this spirit in our time, in this creation time, is that creating is such an important part of healing. She's saying that as you create things, you can have intentions of what it is that you want to let go of, what it is, the new thing, what she's saying. They're saying, what's the new thing that you want to create? What's that new thing you want to create? The new thing in your life, whatever it is. And she's saying that as you do that, you can actually start to heal as you're creating. I know you probably have heard of people like processing through their art, and you can do that. She's not saying there's anything wrong with that, but she's saying that you also, instead of processing what you need to get out on the canvas, she's saying process what you need to get out, so that you want to process the heart's desire that needs to be released. Because she's saying when we bury our heart's desires, when we bury our truth, that creates problems in your energy. She's talking about that how important it is for you to actually let your heart's desires out, that you have to stop squishing them. That's what she's saying. She's saying that squishing your heart's desires clogs the system, clogs your system, clogs the system of flow, clogs the system of manifestation. So she's saying it's important that you start letting out what's true in your heart. Not whether or not you think you can have it, because she's saying that's what's probably stopping you, is this belief like, oh, why acknowledge it? Why share it if I can't have it? And she's saying the way you start to manifest with spirit is saying, this is what I love. This is my heart's desires. And admit it. And then that's like the beginning stage. The beginning stage of manifesting with spirit is to admit that you have this desire, heart's desires, even if you think, I have no idea how to get this. And then you manifest with spirit by asking spirit to give you some guidance of your next step. And she's saying the next step because if you ask, well, how can I manifest this? The answer might be something that seems way too big for you to do. And she's saying, but when you ask for your next step, you have like whatever that next step is, then you feel like, oh, I think I can do this. And so she's saying that you want to ask just what is the next step. That's how you start to begin to manifest spirit. But you want to start by asking spirit to come and help you, because that's the thing, is if you've been raised with thinking you have to do it all on your own, then you never ask for help. So she wants you to start to ask with the idea that you're not alone in this. You're not alone in any of your manifesting. And she's saying when you think you're alone in this, that you have to do it all by yourself, that's what creates burnout. Because she said, think about it. If you have your own business, you never really do it all alone, even if you're a solopreneur. In the sense of, in order for your business to be successful, what do you have to have? Clients, right? You have to get clients. You have to have clients. So she's saying, you want to start to stop thinking that you have to do this alone. So start to feel like you have the possibility. I'm going to use two different yellow, two with the whites, add more of this. You have the possibility to invite in Spirit to help you. And Our Lady of Guadalupe is saying she wants to come in and help you, because she said the first really big step is that we help you in believing that it's possible, that you can actually, even if you've had years of not successfully manifesting what you desire, that it is something that is possible. It's interesting because I saw these healing hands and you really couldn't really see a body, but they're telling me to paint this back a little bit of a little bit different white. It was really just healing light coming out, but I get this guidance to do things differently sometimes in the vision, and we're going to see what happens here, because trying to create something that don't know exactly how it happened. Excuse me. Getting to gonna step back for a minute, not leaving, just stepping out of the frame. One thing about when you do oil paintings, you have to step back and see kind of how it's looking. Come back in, see how it goes, you know? So. This is all just the first layer of this, and there would definitely be a lot more detail added and things improved upon with the hands and Hi, Derek. I've been thinking about you. We should, I've been thinking about calling you, but just time zone difference makes it difficult. I don't know if you can hear me or you're still there, but if you are, let's try connecting offline off of here. But okay, yeah, thanks for, yeah, because I've been thinking about you a lot lately, wondering how you were doing. So just when I think about it, it's either too early or too late to call you. Too late for me, not too late for you, but too late for me that I'm trying to get to bed or something. But yeah, so try to connect later. healing hands are just coming in and saying that your hands are powerful tools for healing. It's not just like if you're like a Reiki master or you do something with healing energy. They carry a lot of energy in your hands. It flows through your hands. But also they're saying that they help you heal by what you also choose to do, choose to make, choose to create. Like there's using the example like right now, Deepa's like making these healing hands and she's choosing to focus on that energy of healing while she's creating this. So to help infuse more healing energy into this. So what do you need to start affirming and healing, bringing forth in your hands? You know, your hands allow you to receive. Your hands allow you to give. So they're kind of talking about that, how the whole reason, like this image, this vision of healing energy came to me in a vision in meditation was showing me like the healing light, the healing energy that was coming through. And that your hands have that same ability to put forth healing energy. And it's not that you have to be a Reiki master to do it. They're saying that you can do it by just thinking about what you need to receive and what energy you want to send, and what do you want to do, what do you want to create with your hands. The process of making something creates the healing energy in your own body, is what they're saying. So it's interesting to me. I haven't looked at just by the things you create with your hands would create healing energy in your body and your mind. But they're actually saying it does. A lot of people do it because they become a Reiki master or an energy worker, but the healing doesn't have to be in that form. It could be the healing process of creating. As you create with spirit, you heal. So what do you want to make? What do you want to create? They're asking me to ask you that. Think about that. What do you want to create? What do you want to make? What do you want to create? What do you want to make? I'm paying a little bit more. We're wrapping it up pretty soon. They're not really coming through and saying a lot. Could be because nobody's really asking questions, but the biggest thing they're wanting you to do is to be open to being that bridge and asking Spirit to help you to manifest whatever it is you're desiring. Because manifesting with Spirit, when you don't have to think you have to do it all your own and that you can accept the grace that someone can help. In fact, the healing hands are saying that's the biggest thing most people need to heal. They either have they have one thing or the other. They're saying one thing. Either people won't let anybody help and they think they have to do it all themselves, or they feel like a victim or helpless and that they can't do it and someone else has to do it for them. And they're saying that it is neither way that you want to be. You want to accept help but own your power, that you are this powerful being, powerful beyond measure. But that part of that power comes from knowing that you are one, that you can get help from Spirit, from your spirit guides, that it's not something you have to do all by yourself. So they're saying that you want to be able to, that's one of the things you want to bridge, that when Our Lady of Guadalupe, when the mayor was saying about, you have to bridge the gap of your self-concept, is to bridge the idea that you don't have to do this all by yourself. In fact, you're not supposed to do it all by yourself, they're saying. When I said earlier, like when you have a business, you can never do it all yourself because you have to have customers, right? You have to have clients. You have to have people that buy the things that you are offering, and you're offering those things. Like all the things I offer, I'm offering them because I want to help people in their journey of awakening, in their journey of like being able to come here and actually do what you came here to do. Be what you came here to be, do what you came here to do, and have what you came here to have. So it's about how do we, do that. And it's never on your own. Like, I don't do it on my own. Like, my spirit guides come to me. I get help. Obviously, I have clients, people who take my classes, people who watch these videos. Doesn't matter whether it's one person or 10 people. Because I'm here to be that blessing. And of course, my ego side would love it to be thousands and millions of people. But I'm here to bless the people I'm here to bless. And whether that's one or two people, or hundreds, or thousands, my job is to just show up and do my best to be the blessing. So where do you need to be that blessing? And start to invite in the energy of what you desire, because even if it's not that immediately, doesn't mean it won't be that later. So if one of your desires is to maybe be a blessing in the world, and you start off with a YouTube channel and you only get one view, the one view is better than no views, right? It's about not the view, but about the impact you're having on the person who's watching. Are you helping them to have that shift? Are you teaching them how to do the thing they want to do? Because YouTube is a big element of learning, right? There's all kinds of people who get on here to, how do I learn how to do this? It's also, people get on for entertainment, but they also get on for, what can I learn? What can I learn? How can I grow? How can I solve this problem? And so whatever you're here to serve on and help solve someone's problem or help them grow or learn the very thing they need. How can you start that little bit of belief that you can actually do it? You can actually make a difference. Not even in your own life, but in the lives of others. All these lives that I do, when the spirit guides come to me and say, do this topic or do this, is I want to help your life, help you have something that hasn't been working out, work out more. This is definitely not going to stay this way, but this is what they wanted me to put on here now, so it's what I'm doing, but I know I'm going to put some white on it as I get further along. All right. Put more. Lots of white to put on here. So the last thing they're telling me is they would love it, the Healing Hands, if you would commit to some creative process that you've wanted to do but been too afraid to do. So they're saying, like, if you want to paint like I'm painting, or maybe you want to draw, or maybe you want to create videos, or whatever you've been wanting to make. Sometimes you make something to invite that energy in. Let's see. This was a shining light from their hands, but I'm not getting to make that right now. This is all supposed to be background. It's the thing about when you create with oil paints is it's not always exactly straightforward, exactly with what you're going to do. I have to let this dry some because it's supposed to look like light's coming over, but right now I'm going to still work on the hands more, which I will do probably next week. We're going to be wrapping this up pretty quick here unless somebody has some kind of question, which you can ask me or Mother Mary if you want to ask. And if not a problem. We're going to give it like just till I finish this. And then, so if anybody has a question, please put it into the comments before I get done with this, so we can answer your question if you have one. I got a lot more to do, but I always like when we first start off doing the canvas because it's just lots of paint laying down. It's fun to see the paint beyond the canvas, and you start to see something changing, and that's the manifestation process they're saying right now is, noticing the subtle changes when you work with your spirit guides. You want to notice the subtle changes. All right. It's always a pleasure to get to paint and share this creation process. These are the Healing Hands. We're going to be working on them next week. I don't know what we're going to be sharing or what we're going to talk about because I always ask my spirit guides. But thank you for everyone who watches, whether it be live or in the recording. All right. Have a miraculous day. Blessings.